Hi everyone and welcome to my first tutorial. I'm Katie and I'm going to show you how I've done this beautiful set today, this white, grey and black set. I hope you enjoy it. Thanks a lot. So we are starting off today. I've already applied my clear base to my client's hands. I've taken the old set off, started with a really thin coat of clear before we've applied the colour. And I'm going straight in with CJP Black Diamonds. I'm getting the easy nails out of the way in the beginning so that I can leave the more intricate nails to last. This one's just going to be all black and it's got ever so slight shimmer to it. It's really nice. Okay, so we are now going on to the thumb, and for this we're using a medium grey by Ink London. I'm just in between. I've got a really light grey, and this was just an ever so slightly darker grey that I thought would look really nice on the thumb. We are then going to apply at the end a product called Silly String by Glitter Planet. It's a brilliant product. I bought it and I thought, what am I going to do with this? And then after seeing a few other nail techs use it, I thought it was a fantastic product. And my sister showed me a video the other day where you put a tiny bit of the silly string in between your forefinger and your thumb, and as you pull apart it makes quite a few little lines, so you can just apply that to the nail, which you'll see towards the end of the tutorial. I thought it looked brilliant at the end. It was a really weird product. It was weird to have in between my fingers, but it worked really well on this set. So I am now going on to the forefinger, to where I'm going to apply just a pink bead. We're going to do a swoop smile line. I apply this ever so slightly thicker than I would a normal smile, just because whenever I'm doing design work I like all of my acrylic to go on ever so slightly thicker, so that when I e-file at the end I can reveal a really nice sharp line, and it just helps. It just really helps when you're doing the designs. Makes all your lines really sharp. So that is nowhere near as thick I would do it as normally, but I take a lot of that bulk down when I e-file at the end. On this one I am doing a marble, using all the greys, all the black and a bit of metallic silver from CJP. That's amazing. So I apply it really thin, really wet towards a cuticle, just to get that colour right up close, and then I start the marble in a bit further down, and I can just go back to the cuticle and correct that as I go. It's just really hard to marble towards the cuticle, otherwise you'll end up bleeding into it. So I'm just applying some white. There's no right or wrong way for this. You just got to just go with whatever you want. Sometimes I pick up I pick up my Precision 3D art brush and I apply it really tiny beads, and I swirl it and I make it, and then sometimes I apply quite a lot and just keep going. I mean, you do it really thin, so you can keep applying and just making it how you want it. It looks like it's an absolute mess at the moment, but when you see the finished version, it's just really effective when on any set, really. Always cap any marbling you do, because as soon as you e-file at the end, you'll just take all of your work away. So just applying bit by bit, a bit more black and a bit more silver, and then I think I go back down to the cuticle and just perfect that cuticle, and just put a little bit more silver just to just to make it that bit nicer. A bit more white. Then I'm just capping with my clear. So I've gone back to my forefinger. I wanted that to be fully set before I continued with this design because I will be using my netting and I didn't want it to go into my pink as well. I want it to just solely go in the end. So I've let that dry and then I'm going to apply. So I'm applying my grey. And then once I've applied that grey, I'm just going to let it go a little bit matte. Sometimes I just have, just wait for it to go that little bit matte. And then you can apply your netting. I like to put it on top of a little jar just to keep the finger nice and straight. And I always place my netting into my clear powder just to help it come back out when I want it to come. That way it doesn't stick. We're going for a bit of an ombre with this. We're going to start off white down at the side, and then as we come up and over we're going to do black. So this is the most complicated nail. We've left this on till last. We are going to start with a light grey. We're going to do some cutouts on this one. We're going to make a kind of V smile line, which I tend to do with my brush, and then I go over with my nylon thread. The nylon thread's really good because it's almost as thin as your hair. This nail was kind of copied off CK Nails, Kat and Carly. They do a lot amazing cut out nails. So I think Carly did one with white, black and rose gold. So I've just kind of changed the colours on that. Just making sure that them lines are perfectly straight and sharp. Just using my nylon thread. If I'm quite happy with my lines, then I don't file, but normally I let it dry and I go on to the other hand and I repeat each process on each hand while I'm waiting for the other one to dry. And then when I go back, I can file the line perfect, apply the next bit of acrylic, and then I go back to the other hand, and then that's just a way of stopping yourself from taking too long. You can build the setup quite fast by doing that. So I'm applying my black now. This is almost going to be on one side of the V. So the other side of the V is going to be in a perfect line going all the way up. Just going to make sure that that line is perfect with my thread. Okay, so I'm just sharpening that line up. I've gone on to the other hand, but I've cut that bit out because I didn't want to bore you when I was out of shot. So I've gone on to the other hand, filed that side, and then now I'm applying CJP Angel Wings. But butting that up to the line as well. So all of these colours are basically just on one side of the nail. By doing one side first, that line remains perfectly straight, and then it's a lot easier to use your thread and to keep that line perfect. Sometimes I just apply a little bit of clear on top of my angel wings just to make sure that when I am putting my thread through the glitter that the line is perfectly straight, because sometimes glitter can distort your line ever so slightly. So it just helps them lines stay really nice and sharp. And sometimes I just put it on top while it's still a bit wet, and then I can go in straight away with my thread. Really enjoyed doing this set. Okay, so I'm just sharpening that line up. Okay, so I'm just adding my white, bringing that down all the way down this time. Doesn't have to be absolutely perfect. I just try to do as much work as I can with my brush. Leaves a little room for error then in the end. So I like to place it on a little pot, and it just stops the nail from moving about. Just keeps it really still. So I'm just perfecting that line, making sure it's bob on. Okay, so while that's drying, I tend to go on to the other hand, and I keep swapping and changing and doing the next bits, but obviously I've cut that out of the video. And I'm coming back onto this hand now, and I'm going to file that line perfectly straight. Didn't need too much doing to it, just to make sure that it was perfect. And now I'm adding, once again, I'm going for the metallic silver from CJP that I've used on the marble nail. Do apologise if I go out of shot a bit, trying to do it perfect, but as I do more tutorials, I'm sure I'll get better at them. Okay, so I'm now drilling. I'm taking all of the bulk off, getting rid of all of that acrylic that I don't want, which will reveal all of the patterns through. As you can see, it's starting to come through. Really love this bit of whenever I do a set of nails, because you know your clients are obviously looking and thinking, what's she doing to my nails? And when you start to drill and you start to reveal these beautiful sets, especially on the ring finger with the cutout, I always just think it looks like a big blob until you start e-filing and bringing that through. As you can see, the pattern's starting to come through. And if you notice that your lines are a little bit like not perfect, it just means you've not gone down enough sometimes. You just need to just keep going a little bit more, and then when you start to get down, you'll just see the line become crisper and crisper. I'm just going to start filing my shape in. may have just gone out of shot a little bit, but that side is obviously thicker than the side that I've done the silver metallic on, because as I've gone through the design I've not needed to do the last bit as thick because all of my lines are already in, so I'm spending more time on that side to bring it back to the same thinness as the metallic silver, and then it all kind of ties in. So we've gone for a ballerina shape. They're not the longest. Obviously, designs look so much nicer and better on longer nails, but when you're doing really just nice, simple designs like this, they look nice on any length. I was really happy with just like a nice medium length that this lady had today. Okay, so I've just cut the rest of me doing all of the filing and finishing off because I didn't want to bore you with all that. So I finished off the drilling, I have buffed them up, and now I'm getting ready to, just on the thumb, I'm going to apply the silly string where I'm putting it between my forefinger and my thumb, just to try and make some nice straight lines that are all different thicknesses. I was quite shocked with how well this went. I wasn't keen on like the feeling of it between my fingers, but I feel like the effect really worked. So as you can see, as you open your fingers up, you are creating lots of different thicknesses with the silly string, and you can just keep applying it. You can go at different angles, and this lady wanted this matte after, so once we had set the silly string in the light, I added a matte top coat just to the thumb. So here are the finished version with the top coats on. I was really happy with them. I thought they looked really nice. Thanks so much for watching my YouTube tutorial, and I hope to see you again soon. Thank you.